And I'm gonna go ahead and choose slideshow from the beginning. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
I remember like it was yesterday, April 1995. I actually just accepted a proposal to join a moving and storage company in Dallas, Texas. My wife and I, we were so excited. Well, that was until it's time to move. And that's when all the questions we started asking, like, are we going to even be able to sell our house? Where are we going to live? Where are we going to have our kids go to school? But hey, the good news is we have a company that's going to be moving us, so we don't need to worry about that. One thing I've noticed that in business is that we are all, aren't we busy? Busy. We're all busy. HR professionals, talent acquisition pros are busier than ever. And often we don't think about the story, though. The story, the opportunity to shape our candidates that are relocating. In fact, many companies now are giving their candidates money to be able to choose their services. And often, again, we don't think about the story. And today I want to share some stories with you. One thing that I do in my profession is I spend a lot of time in the field. And I've realized there's three types of what we call lump sum transferees. There's people that make it happen, people that watch it happen, and people that wonder, what happened? And so I want to talk about first the people that make it happen. So these people, these are the do-it-yourselfers. We know them. They want to drive the truck. They're not afraid to pack. They've got friends that can help them pack. But what about whenever they load their truck in Florida to go to Texas and the truck fills up and they have to fly back to get their stuff? And then, how about the procrastinators? These are the people that watch it happen. So these are the people that say, hey, you know what? We're going to pack our stuff. We're going to have a garage sale. And I'm thinking, aren't you moving in a couple of days? These are the procrastinators. And of course, the gamblers. How about the gamblers? These are the people that get 15 estimates. And they leverage each one and they go for the lowest price so they can put more money in their pocket. What a story they tell. And so I want to share a story about a couple of gamblers. I want you to meet Rose. So Rose calls me and says, hey, I am so excited. I'm getting to move back to New York. I'm going to go get to see my kids. And she told me that she was given $5,000 for her move. And so, of course, we helped her with an estimate. It was $5,800. And then she called me and said, hey, listen, I'm going to choose another moving company, the low-cost mover. It's $3,400. I don't have to pay any more money. I'm going against my gut. Rose calls me. As a matter of fact, she sends me an email just a few days or about a month later. She's telling me about the nightmare that she's in. She still doesn't have her stuff. Her stuff right now is in storage and she has no idea where. And the low-cost movers are demanding more money. How about this story about John? So John, I know John. So John and I actually used to work together, but John, similar to Rose, decided he was going to go with a low-cost moving company. He was given $5,000. They told him it was going to be $5,000, and during the move, they said, hey, by the way, John, it's going to be $9,000, and at delivery, you need to pay $17,000. I tried to get him some resources. I tried to help him, but at the end, he just needed to pay to keep that from going to storage. So what am I saying? I'm saying this. We have an opportunity to really help shape a better story, right? There is a high price for a low-cost move. And I want to share three things that we can think about whenever we're helping our candidates relocate, even if they're getting money for a lump sum. The first thing is we need to invest time to build a partnership. You see, people like to work with people they know and they trust. And hey, in moving, you're going to have challenges along the way. You want to be able to work with people that you can trust. Number two, what do leaders do? They set the expectations. So we need to be able to help our candidates set those expectations early. They need to know if they're getting a binding estimate. They need to know if they have valuation coverage. And then we do live in a world of reviews now, don't we? We need to know who is in our candidates' homes. So we need to use the Dale Carnegie approach. Dale Carnegie had the initials AFAR embossed on his briefcase. And so every time he put his hand on his briefcase, it was asked for a referral. So we can have stories like John and Rose, or we can have a story like this family. excited. Listen, the customer experience will never, ever exceed the employee experience, ever. So let's just, in summary, let's wrap it up. What are some things we can do? Number one, we can develop a partnership, and we can develop that trust. Number two, set the expectations. And number three, we need to make sure that we know who are in our employees' homes. Isn't it true? The bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten. Hey, find your lane, right? Let's create a better story for our candidates relocating, and then we'll have a cup of coffee and say, hey, what good can we do today? Thank you.